And I love doing these YouTube videos where I ask women in business a couple questions, and I love understanding how they started, how it came about. When I was little, I'd be in line at Macy's. I'd get in front of somebody and they'd be like, look at that girl in Spanish. I'm like, I understand you. I understand you. They'd be like, oh. So anyways, I'm Patsy Linares with PR Creative Group. Again, we're here at YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm going to be interviewing these fabulous Hispanic women for next month, for Hispanic month. It's our month. It's
Correct.
Nuestro Mes de Hispanidad.
Amén.
So I have a couple questions, but again, please interject. What business are you in and what do you do currently?
Okay, Patty, first of all, thank you. My name is Rossi Lausso. I do equipment finance all day long, Monday through Sunday.
Wow.
Customers never understand that there's Sundays or holidays, and I'm right there to answer the calls. So we do equipment finance, meaning, anything that is big ticket. This is commercial loans, specifically in equipment.
Fabulous.
For heavy equipment, or it could be transportation, it could be hospitals, it could be restaurants.
Fabulous.
My name is Rachel Garcia. I have two companies actually. I do commercial real estate financing, and then I also have a program where I teach others, mainly residential lenders, how to get into commercial. Yes.
That's wonderful, wonderful.
Yes.
Again, we're celebrating Hispanic Month. How did you get started and did your Hispanic heritage influence you?
Well, how did I get it started?
How did you
I
get
have
started?
always been around actually real estate. And I used to be a property manager. I work side by side with investors. And so I've always been in connection with finances. Then I wanted to do something that it was a fast funding, because I love what she does and I try to do it. And that's the way we met each other. But I like fast funding, and equipment is like that. And how do I connect with Hispanics? Well, 50% of my customers are Hispanic. Hola, Rosy, ¿cómo estás? All the time, Operators. And they're in construction. They are the guys that bring the food from Mexico here,
Exactly.
And so that's the way I'm connected. And believe me, for me, it's so grateful to help this small or big business owners, and I feel so grateful because I can speak two languages. I hope I can speak more to help even more people,
I agree. And I think we have a wonderful network, Hispanic, Cubano, Chilean, Venezuelan.
Yo soy ecuatoriana.
So wonderful. And that network is so important, right?
Yes,
and did that help you grow your business?
100%. For example, so when I connect with, because you can get customers, direct customers, and you can get dealers sending their own deals.
Right.
They want somebody that speaks the customer language, and they love also to have a woman. Not that I said, but we have a different way to we're so detail oriented. So it's that's what I started in this business. Now I'm gonna give it to Raquel, my friend.
How has your Hispanic heritage or Hispanic community helped you in your endeavors?
It's actually helped me a lot, and not just that, but I've helped them. I've helped the community a lot. When I first got into finance, I had my own business, and of course I come from a Hispanic family, and they've all worked, and they've always been that 9-to-5 type of, because that's how we grew up.
That's how we grew up.
And so at 20 years
College,
old,
job.
Exactly. And so at 20 years old, I opened up my own business. I opened up my own women's clothing boutique. So from when I was 16 to when I was 20, I saved up everything that I had, opened up my own business, went against my parents because they were like, no, you have to go to college and all that good stuff. So I ended up opening the business. I operated the business for over a year, and then I got bought out. Some investors came and they were like, we love your boutique, we want to buy it.
Wonderful.
And
Where
so
was the boutique, Lamia?
It was in Downey, California.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
And so from there, I was like, you know what? It was a struggle for me to operate a business, and I didn't know the importance of really having a business and having, credit cards, lines of credit, things like that to continue to grow the business. And so I decided to get into business banking to help the Hispanic, especially the Hispanic community
Fabulous.
on what to do once they have a business, because we all have the dream, right, to sell, and we're good at it. But the rest of the stuff, how to actually operate it and keep the business alive, we don't know that, right? So that's when I came in.
Our parents, as Hispanics, it was a traditional thing. And then it was always the line, like, you're either a banker or a lawyer or a doctor.
Exactly.
So, and I was a designer, so they were like, "Oh, what?" I go, "Mom, I draw really well." ¿Tú qué? ¿Qué tú haces? Pinta todo el día, pero no. You're gonna make money with that? I go, I'm gonna go study. I tried to study accounting, and it didn't work. I go, I'm a designer.
So I got into banking. I worked for all 3 top banks. I worked my way up the corporate ladder.
Amazing.
I was really starting to hit a ceiling with one of the biggest banks out there, and I was like, I'm gonna go from this to what? And that's when I decided, you know what, I'm gonna
combine this.
Exactly. And I just started to, and I left and I started my own brokerage. And honestly, it's been extremely successful. So now I started my coaching program. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's wonderful.
Thank
I definitely
you.
need some coaches on the business side. And helping Hispanic women is very important, because we just, again, our parents are very traditional. And what background is it? Do you have, what Hispanic? Where are you from?
My parents I'm Mexican, so my parents are from Mexico.
Amazing. So Ecuadorian, Mexican, and Cuban.
Yes, there you go.
That's a good.
It's a good mix.
And what do you think? And I can tell you, for me, what for my influences has been it being a designer. A lot of my teachers at University of Miami were Hispanic, and they recommended me to. I always wanted to work for a cruise line. They helped me with somebody, again, a Hispanic person in the cruise industry. He brought me in, and it's that network that really helps. Not that you can be Hispanic or not, but it really sometimes helps to know somebody. Oh, I know somebody's cousin, and somebody.
Exactly.
Connection, that little connection and stuff. What significant Hispanic influence has influenced you? Like a music, like my daughter could say Bad Bunny, or I could say Julio Iglesias. It was always like in my mom's life. I love his music, his elegance, and his fashion. In a sense, always influenced me and really got me into like fashion, and Carolina Herrera. As far as fashion design, for me, I love her style and stuff. So.
Yeah, when we talk about influence, who has influenced me? Well, first God. I'm a believer.
Amen.
I'm a believer, so I always believe that He guides me and He puts me in the places that I should be.
Agreed.
And then, second of all, I look up for people that I can actually learn from directly, touch, smell, and hug. So, not somebody far away.
It's true.
It's the way I am. Everybody's different. So I have to name my very good friend Sofia Castro and her husband Bobby Castro. They're both big investors, and they're also coaches, and they're my very close friends.
Amazing.
And they're actually the ones that connected me with equipment finance and Eduardo Cruz. Listen to all the names.
I'll tag
Castro,
you
Cruz, Garcia. They're Hispanic.
Very Hispanic.
Hispanics, and they're really in a different level, and they push me through.
Amazing.
They say, you know what, Rossi, you deserve to be more successful, but also people deserve your service. How kind you are, how detailed you are. And they put me in somewhere that I'm like, is that me? Is that really me? But that's the people you need surrounding you.
Very supportive. So it's
Hispanics.
Absolutely. So for me, I would say my biggest inspiration is my parents, my family. I mean, I grew up, like I mentioned, in a Hispanic household. Of course, they gave me a lot for leaving my, the corporate world. And it took a lot for me. It took a lot for them to get over it. But once they got over it, oh my gosh, they saw the potential, and they were like, wow, like this is incredible. Once I started flying them places, they loved that. So they're like, oh, this is amazing. And they just became my biggest, I do it for them. Like they're my biggest inspiration. I do it for my family and for, all the people that I love. I mean, I have amazing friends, and I just feel like that's what we're all.
That gives you the influence and the push to
Absolutely,
do more.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And this is, sky's the limit, really.
I agree.
It's really up to you on how far you want to take it.
Amazing.
And I feel like I'm just really getting started.
Yes.
and now I want to give back
our
to
Hispanic
everybody.
essence and has really helped us have a passion for life.
Absolutely.
And not stop and have that kind of grit to keep going and keep going. And
Yes.
And it's true, because from a designer, I always look at like the Hispanics, as kind of the style that even being in Spain and the women walking around. But for me, my dad, was a big entrepreneur, self-starter and stuff. So that's definitely one of our personal
Exactly.
influences and stuff. So our family is huge. Well, thank you so much. Sorry it took so much of your time, but I really appreciate it. I think this is a great start for Hispanic Month.
Absolutely. Thank you.